Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and my second video in one day. This is the launch of my 1980s series. I am so excited for this one. Honestly, if you saw my last video like an hour ago, that was the finale of my 70s and we are heading straight into the beginning of our 80s. Now, this mold is the 8 medallion mold. It is from Moulds and Shapes. It will be linked below, but again, Moulds and Shapes are currently closed for orders. As you guys know, if you've been watching me for a while, they reopen in July, so put it on your list. We're going to be using the 17 ounce, so that's 34 total, 34 ounce kit of resin from Let's Resin. This is 2-part epoxy. Part A, part B need to be mixed together. Now, I also have the codes for Let's Resin. So again, I'm a Let's Resin affiliate. All of the details will be down in the description box below. PPE is on and we are going for it. Guys, do check out my description box. There is so much going on in my description box. Tons of codes for you down there, so do check it out. Now again, this video is with Let's Resin, so we're using all things Let's Resin. I'm just opening these up because this is a brand new kit that they sent me. Now these bottles have been sitting in my window getting very hot in the sun, which makes life easy for me. It just means they're easy to mix, minimizes all of the bubbles if they're already hot. It does mean you just have to work a little bit faster, but not too fast. It's got quite a long work time. Like I said, all linked below. I'm also using the Let's Resin calibrated cups. Now, I buy these myself. They don't send these to me. I buy them myself regularly from Amazon. Really perfect for 1-to-1 by volume resin. It means that all of the numbers are on the cup. You just pour part A up to one number and then pour part B up to the, double it and add it to the next number. So again, this is over on my Let's Resin mixer machine. I no longer mix my resin by hand unless I'm using a teeny tiny amount that the machine just won't even reach. Here we are using the Let's Resin powders. Now, these Let's Resin mica powders, I tend to get, and you guys will as well, if you've bought any kits from Let's Resin, they tend to come in the bigger kits. So when you're buying like a resin starter kit or anything like that, you'll get these powders. I haven't used them. I've got so many packs. I'm also using the split cup in this video because I want a combination of powders. What I don't want is the mica. So I'm adding some white liquid pigment into each and every color. Now, you would have seen me do this recently. This is a brilliant hack for you guys, so stay tuned. Now, let's talk all things 80s. My Cricut has definitely got a lot more 80s designs on it than it did 70s. So I went into my Cricut design space and I typed in 1980s patterns. That's all I typed in. It's got quite a lot in there. So I saw this pattern, I absolutely loved it. And I cut it out on a multitude of different colored vinyls because I definitely want to use this in more than one project. But we'll talk more about that as the video plays. Now, into each of these cups, I decided to just stick to 3 colors. We've got purple, blue, and a pinky orangey color. Now, what I don't want, like I said, is mica. I don't want these deep, intense, rich, stunning colors. I want to mute this down to the 1980s muted pinks, greys and blues. Do you guys remember? Now, the more I think about 80s, I often think straight away neon, right? Neon. But actually, when I look at photos of me as a child, I'm wearing a lot of muted shades, like lots of pink and grey stripes, pink with grey splashes on them. You know, those really toned down colours, and that's what I was trying to go for in this video and not just go straight in with the neons. For me, I feel like neons were late 80s, early 90s. I specifically remember having a very neon jacket with black zigzaggy splashy lines all over it when I was like late 80s. So yeah, here we are mixing up the micas. Now, as I already said, I don't want them to be those intense, deep, beautiful colors. I want them pastel. I want them muted down. So a drop of white liquid pigment into each one turns it from this 3 colors, a little bit of white, to this. Absolutely perfect for those early 80s. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if I'm on the right track with this color scheme, because when I was looking at the Cricut design space, and actually I've ordered some pretty cool stuff offline, but I won't talk about that in this video. I saw this pattern and I am telling you, I absolutely had this muted down, almost, I don't even want to say pastel. It was almost like a washed out, there you go, we've got it, like a washed out pastel top and skirt set with this specific pattern on it. And I can't remember and I can't find it anywhere, but I saw this product online and I was like, oh, I'd forgotten about those muted shades, and that is where the inspiration came from. Now this is messy, I am pouring this messy, I'm very, very aware, but that first pendant there got a lot of that center color, and I really wanted this to be a mishmash of all of these colors together. I'm pouring pretty fast as well, so the minute I poured it into the split cup, I grabbed the split cup, I'm pouring. I'm not leaving the resin to set up because I don't want too much separation. I want these to be pretty blended and pretty, yeah, that's the word, blended. I want them to be blended. I don't want to see all of these defined lines between the two. So that did mean that I had to pour fast. And of course the split cup is giant, so having control over it for so many smaller cavities, these medallion pieces, I really just needed to just pour. And if that meant making a mess, so be it. I'm just going to clean all of that up now with my wet wipe before I pour more of the resin into the split cup and pour down on. Now, I don't know if I mentioned, but the split cups are also from Let's Resin, so if you want to get your hands on those, again, all of the details will be in the description box below. But I'm just going back over now, filling each of these, I keep saying pendants, medallions, key rings, whatever you want to call them, filling them each to the very top. My hope was that the underbelly of these would get a really cool pattern, like a mishmash of all three of these colors together. And if that wasn't the case, I was hoping then that at least the tops would have a nice mixture, you know? And I just love these three colors together. The other three colors I was thinking about very strongly were yellow, like the palest washed out kind of yellow, not even pastel, but like washed out pastel. Grey for me was such an iconic early 80s colour in all of my clothes, and that pink again. So pink, yellow and grey will definitely be a route I'm taking. This was the next day on demold. Now they're okay. I think I prefer the tops to the bottoms, but either way we are covering these up with those Cricut vinyl details. Now it was only the first one here that didn't really come out at all. The first one really did get the majority of the colour, so I've flipped it over and we're using the background of that one. Now, these are delicious. What I did do, I found another pattern that for me was just a little bit more 80s, right? And I went with a grey. Now, the first pattern and the first vinyl was gorgeous, but I just felt like it needed to be even more in sync with the colors I chose. I would have loved a dark grey, but sadly I looked through my entire vinyl stash. It's always the way. There's always one color you don't have, so I ended up going with a pale grey. It will still work whilst it will still be really, really muted down, but it will still be very indicative of the colors of those times of early 80s. But I still think this blue is leaning towards the more colourful late 80s, but we're going with it. So I've cut the pattern out, and guys, I didn't film any of the weeding because let me tell you something else. Your girl, you know, if you know, I do not enjoy weeding. This pattern looks like it would have been quite tricky to weed, but the hardest part for me was peeling the vinyl away to leave the pattern. Once I'd weeded it, the weeding was the easy part because it really was only the squiggly lines on this one that needed weeding. It was just peeling it away from, you know, and all the stars kept coming up and those little confetti pieces kept coming up, and I was like, oh my god, let me just do this and get it over with. Because I ended up doing this in 4 different colors just to see which one would work best with the final result. And yeah, love, love, love. Now, this is a messy way of doing it. I am sure there is something on the Cricut design space that would have enabled me to use this pattern within a 5cm circular round. Thus, no need for trimming, no need for any wastage. But hand on heart, I still don't know how to use my Cricut, guys. It's such a terrible thing to admit out loud. My Cricut is a tool, a means to an end. It cuts things for me. That is it. I have a Cricut Air 2. It does so much more than just cut vinyl. It draws, it colors, it can cut much, much thicker material. I just don't use it for anything else other than cutting vinyl wording and or vinyl shapes. I really am I'm useless, guys. Let's just put it out there. All right, I'm useless. So could it have cut me 5cm rounds with this pattern on? Yes, there will be a video tutorial out there somewhere. I am positive of it. But it didn't look, because I'm also a lazy crafter. So if you are a lazy crafter like me and you just do things just to get the job done, I'm your girl. Okay, I am your girl. There are a multitude of ways of using the Cricut. I just haven't learned it yet, and I know that's wrong. But here we are. We move. This is what we're looking like. Now, the black one I'm not such a fan of. I think the black definitely works much better with neon, and there is a video coming where we are, of course, exploring those neon 80s. But for this, I don't think the black is my favorite. Now, it is time to top coat. So again, I'm using that resin from the same kit, and here there's a few tips to top coating I will share with you right now if you are new to this. First and foremost, it's essential that your surface is flat. For flat, capital F flat. Get your spirit levels, make sure your surface is absolutely flat. Mine is not. Mine has not, never has been, probably never will be flat. So a way around that is pour slowly. Resin will never go where resin's never been. So if you pour, like I've poured here, a little bit of resin into the center of each medallion, just a little bit, it is self-leveling. So I'm kind of just watching it at this point. Right, where is it going? Is it going off to one side? Like it did top left, it went straight off to one side. So I quickly turned it. And just allow the resin to travel of its own accord as far as it's going to go. Now, if I keep on pouring, it's going to flow off the edge, right? If my surface is uneven and I just keep on pouring, it's going to pour off the edge. But right now it's not going to, because I've not poured enough for it to do that. So I'm happy at this point that it's not going to go off the edge. I haven't poured too much. So now I just tease this resin. Now this video is very, very, very sped up for you. I do not do this at this speed. In real time, I'm going very, very slowly. I'm teasing the resin all the way to the edge. Now that resin will absolutely not go off the edge unless I make it. If I create a channel for that resin to go off the edge, it will go off the edge. If I accidentally touch the side with my thumb, my finger, it will naturally draw the resin off over the side like a waterfall. So it's imperative that at this point, you do not do that. Do not create a channel for the resin to flow off of the edge. As we are right now, I've not poured too much. I've poured just enough, and I've teased it to the edge with my micro brush tool. Now at this point, I can use my blowtorch and just go over the tops of those. It would help if my blowtorch was on, which of course it wasn't at the time, but it is now. Giving them a quick blast with the blowtorch, and that should be enough. Now what I do is kind of get level with the worktop. So at this point I'm squatting. I'm bending down on the floor so that my eyes are completely level with the worktop, and I'm working out which ones can afford one more drop of resin. And to get them domed, you know, you don't want to overdo it, but yeah, there you go. I don't know if that was a rambling top tips, but they were my top tips. This is what we're looking like. We are fully domed. They are looking absolutely stunning. And this is the next day. And I'm so happy with that, guys. I didn't get a single drip. Not a single drip, because I can give you all of the advice in the world, but I will still mess it up. And I will still have drips and spill-offs and all of the things. Now, this is where it all went a bit downhill. Lo and behold, it is a Claire's Crafted Corner video. I expect that you expect nothing less than that. My jewellery drill broke again. Now, here's the thing. I could have waited a few more days to get a brand new jewellery drill delivered from Amazon, but I genuinely did not have the time. This is for Let's Resin. This video has to be out tonight as on schedule. So I have ordered a new jewellery drill. These will eventually get their keyring attachments. I will drill a slight hole and I will put in these huge eyelets. I love these eyelets. They are my favorite to use with these medallions. They're just so robust, and you know that that keyring is not budging for nobody. But here we are. The results are great. The top coat was absolute perfection. I'm so proud when I don't spill. All right, I'm so proud, because after all these years, I am still making mistakes with resin, and that's okay. It's okay. But these came out perfect. Let me know what you think of the color scheme, because for me, this is definitely early 80s. These are the clothes I was wearing as a young child. I was born 77, so yeah. Let me know what you think of these colors, and do these remind you more of 80s than the neons do? Let me know in the comment section down below. I will finish these off, and I will, of course, share photos over on my Instagram. And yeah, let me know your thoughts. All of the details will be down below for your Let's Resin links and codes. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.